Hey Facebook, hey Twitch, hey YouTube, hey Riverside. It is day 3. I am back. I did it. I completed the challenge today, 3 days in a row. That was the goal. And look at us, we here 3 days, and I'm gonna tell you, day 3 was probably the hardest. The crazy part is Facebook. Y'all know I actually went live this morning in joy and in peace, and I'm not gonna tell you that I'm just not there in this moment. But this is a part of what this is, right? This is a part of what this space is. That is a part of what this platform is, right? This is the check-in. We have and cultivated a check-in community. I literally walk through the streets and people see me and they're like, "Where you at, Coach 1 to 5?" So I know that this works and this helps somebody in this moment and in this space and in this time. I am just not my best self, right? So the check-in is, I'm gonna start there and then we'll get into the conversation, into all of the stuff that I found and when it did my work I told y'all I would do. Um, so today, what's the check-in? First of all, to those who are just joining, welcome. I thank you guys so much for being here. You could be doing anything and you tapped in with me. I think today is Wednesday. My God, I'm losing the days of the week. Somebody, you could be a Bible study, right? You could be doing anything else and you clicked on this live. The goal is that I need you to stay on the live for more than 3 minutes. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all the things that the people say you got to do, right? So I need you to be on the live for more than 3 minutes. After the 3 minutes, which also feels like a long time, I don't think you know that until you need somebody to do something. Um, I switched over to a different toothpaste and they said I needed to brush my teeth for more than 2.5 minutes. I was like, what are you doing in the bathroom brushing your teeth? Anyways, I am Coach Nikki. That is what I'm affectionately known as. My people called and chuckled with me a little bit. They said, "Look at you, affectionately known." Um, and I am a certified life coach. I am a author. I am also a speaker. And currently, I am growing a content space. Look at that. Um, but y'all, I'm just not in the best place. And that's my reality. I feel like I want to give you the and I don't got that. And I want to remind somebody who probably just want to be in the and you may not have that. But you are challenged, you are charged to do something, and for yourself, you still got to show up, right? Like I ain't gonna even say for the people. I am saying for yourself, you still just got to show up. You still got to be present. You still realize and know that some of this work and some of these things and some of the spaces that you are in have nothing, absolutely nothing, right? It's not always about the people. It's about assignment that you have. It's about the things that you say you wanted to do. It's about the heart that you say you wanted to have. It's about the people that you say you wanted to help. But you ultimately also sometimes just got to show up for you, right? It's a part of the work. It's a part of the things that you desire. It's a part of your heart, right? And then some of it is because your position or whatever your platform is. Like I know for sure that a big part of my platform is showing up transparently, ultimately to help, which also means that you may can't show up and it may not be smiles, giggles, and rainbows when you show up. Right. So we're gonna check in first so I can speak to my check-in and then we can move on to the things I promise. Because I do got a business happy hour. I do got some businesses I want to shout out. Right. Like I did do the homework. I got you a little I didn't really do no bios on the people, but I did get you a little bit of who they are so you can go find out and learn a little bit more about yourself. So if you just joined and you like, Nikki, you said day 3 in the comments. What do that even mean? So I went to a conference this past weekend called Mantle for the Marketplace. I've said it for 3 days. By now, y'all should know about that conference. So when you hear it again, you need to say, "Hey, Nikki talked about this. I need to be there." So Mantle for the Marketplace was brought on and put on by the Merge Leadership, which is owned and operated by Apostle Mike Hathaway and Prophetess Danielle Hathaway. And they brought some dope things into the kingdom. So they combat the speakers, and the focus was about entrepreneurship meets kingdom and kind of how they flourish, or just giving you some tools for those who are in kingdom and wondering about business and wondering how you can't you how they dibble dabble, how you tit for tat. or any other things, but just really, I will say that somebody was there, more than one person was there, and the things were so good that it made them think about entrepreneurship. So it was just a dope space to be in. So if you hear about anything else coming, or if I share it and say, hey, this is what I was talking about, you will know it. So again, I want to shout out the leaders. Again, Apostle Mike Hathaway and Danielle Prophetess and Prophetess Danielle Hathaway. I just want to say to them, thank you. Thank you for following vision. One of the things that they talked about, which was a gentle reminder for me, was that some of the things they had this idea over 9 years ago, right? And so some of the things they even used at the event, like some of the shirts and some of the bags that were there, because they had this vision 9 years ago and it didn't come to fruition then. They still had the things that they were able to use today. So that's gonna help somebody, right? Like the don't change the vision. The vision doesn't change, the pathway may. Right? The vision and the things that you saw, it doesn't mean that it changed. Your how to may, right? Hey sister, right? Like so I hope that helps somebody. But that's like that this particular conference was something that again they spoke about over almost, I think they said 9 years ago, and it just came to fruition and it was good, right? Like, and it was good, right? Imagine had they done it 9 years ago, baby, I wouldn't have known, I wouldn't have been there, right? So the information, hey, y'all, guess what? When y'all see Pastor Mike, right, Apostle Mike, when y'all see him, say, hey, I saw Nikki on her live, and she said, the whole conference, the whole thing was held up so she could be there. He gonna die laughing, right? Like I was grateful. I'm completely grateful that the space was created and cultivated, and that I was able, right, to be a part of the moment. Again, we're gonna do check-in. We're gonna check in again first, right? I want to check in because if you're coming in and you like this kind of low energy, I need you to get that every day not gonna be rainbows, right? Every day, the person who shows up here probably not, well, in this platform, in this community, right? I'm not going to probably have a smile every day. And in this moment, I need to kind of get it off so I can keep going, right? So I'm checking in probably at about a 2, right? I'm at a 2 with some capacity, right? So it's not like I can't do nothing. I'm just not in my best place, right? I am enduring some parenting stuff and some work stuff. And so, and if you know me and you know that I work also where I parent, so it's just kind of like it's just hard place, right? And it doesn't all feel good, right? But I also, wow, I see some other people are at it too. And I ask that in this community, in this checking community, that you put in the comments where you are. So 1 is that I'm present in this moment, but I have nothing else to offer. 5 being this is the most amazing moment, right? And these things are just in the moment. So we're talking about at 9:29 where you are, right? And so in this moment, I am at a 2. I don't hate anything. I like. I also probably I came in the house probably with not the best energy. Grateful to my partner who also tried, to kind of like, hey, let's get it together. And I just didn't have it, and I just didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? And so, and what people say, you kind of be rough to the person that's closest to you. And so she was able to, she said, well, Lord, let me take this kid on down the road. So she got in the car, baby, and drove Nicholas on back to school. My God. um, but she also knew that I was going to do this. And one of the things I appreciated is when she said, hey, I'm going to go down the road, her position to me was, hey, I'm going to give you a topic. And the topic she wanted me to speak on was how to maneuver when your being is kind of just not what you need it to be, when your attitude has become a hindrance, right? How do you get to next? And that's a good topic. I just don't got it for today. It may come out later because it's actually a really good topic, and it may talk me right on through to get to my other side. So if it come out in the conversation, as you know, this is a flowing community, baby. We kind of flow in this space, right? So again, the check-in is from 1 to 5, right? And it's about your present moment. So at 9:30 in this present moment, like where are you? So 1 is, hey, in this moment I'm present, but I have nothing else. 5 is this is the best moment, one of the best moments of my life. And I want you to check in. If you follow me on Facebook and you saw my live this morning, baby, I was at a 5. Again, this is a prime example of how you check in with yourself in moments. This morning I did a live. In the moment at that time, I was at a 5. It was one of the best moments in my life. I shared it, I talked about it, but I also had to respect being at a 2 in this moment and still sharing and talking about it, right? And so we check in. This is a community. This is a check-in community, right? These people, the people who come in, again, like I said, people walk past me on the street and they're like, Coach, 1 to 5, where you at? Which means that you have bought into the process that this actually helps, right? Like this is necessary, that you're paying attention. Again, this may not be like a 3,000, reach community. We are a 10 reach community and we reach in 10, right? And so to the 10, put where you are in the comments, right? And I'm going to challenge you with some things. And I'm going to also talk to you about where I'm at and what I'm doing for those things. And then I'm going to get into my business happy hour. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the speakers from the conference, just so that you can go follow them and go and maybe even go get you something that will be beneficial for you, because I got something. And so from that conference, I was challenged to do a thing. And one of the speakers, I'm going to talk about Miss Juanika in a minute, she challenged us to go live one time by the end of the month. And so if you followed me for a long time, you know that going live is never ever the issue. I'm gonna show up in a live. I can do live. I can do live at an event. I can do that. So she also kept talking about like how do you monetize spaces and where do you start to get on radars of things. And one of the things she talked about was TikTok. And she said, in order to even get on radar, for them to start really sending you people, right, you need to go live on TikTok 3 days in a row for at least 30 minutes. Right. And so that's the challenge I took and that I've been doing for the past 3 days. This is my 3rd day. I don't know if that means I won't get on tomorrow. I just know that today is a celebration that I set a goal for content, which I'm not really into content like that, right? But I set a goal to do the content and I showed up for 3 days in a row. So if you are into this content thing, you're like, ooh, how do I grow something else, right? Like, how do I grow? Like, again, me and my sister were on here. And we did a bunch of battles. Child, we was battling random people, telling people to give us heart squares and all of the things, and it was fun because it was us. But to me it's not the way that I'm gonna want to grow, right? Content. We met people were telling us what to do, and that's what they did. They said they battle literally all day and they're on for hours and hours at a time. I don't really have the hours and hours at a time to do it. Do I got a consistent 30 to 45 minutes? I could probably do that, right? And so I'm excited about learning that. But I'm telling you guys, so when I went to go get on live today on TikTok, at the top of my live, y'all lean in a little bit. Y'all gonna be tripping off of this. I earned a consistent 56 cents at the top of the screen, right? Ms. Juanika ain't say how much I was gonna be monetized. She said to begin the space, to begin these spaces, this is what you need to do. She gave me a tip. I took the tip. I used the tip, and everything she said happened. Right? Never have I gotten on lives, because I've done some lives on TikTok, and of course, I do them on Facebook all the time. But it was the first time that it welcomed me a different type of way. I had more diamonds than I ever had before. So it's doing the work. The thing about content that I'm going to tell you that I've heard from Cara Presley, that I've heard from Miss Juanika, that I've heard from other people in this lane of work is you got to be consistent. Maybe I think the people said on Facebook, in order to start making money the way you want to, you got to post every hour on the hour. And everybody keeps saying, you just schedule it and make it easy. And I'm saying, what? I just can't fathom it, right? I'm not telling you I won't do it. I'm just explaining to you where I'm at, right? So again, so what I decided, one of the things I took from is this. We're going to continue to probably do these, right? And then I also want to stress the word community in this space. Like, this is legit this is legit community. And it has been since we started, right? And so those who have been with me from 10 years ago when we was just doing Convo with Nikki, right? That was the thing. That was a heartbeat for me. That was like that was a big deal, right? Like that was I don't know how to even explain it. It was the most authentic space, right? It was the thing that made me get to work. Like I got to work early and on time, right? Just so that I could do my combos. And it was literally me sharing my life and sharing spaces transparently. So guess what I'm gonna continue to do? This. Right. So I will do TikToks and figure that space out, but my home base will be Facebook. Right. And so I've learned that Instagram is really where you want to, it's consistent, right? I don't want to host with them. I don't know those people. Maybe I'll host with them after, but right now this is my time. I'll host with y'all later. I don't know who, it was like 5 people that want to host. But anyway, that this space is forever going to be like TikTok is going to be the thing it's going to be, right? But Facebook is home, right? Like this is where I will forever do content. This is where I started. It's been the most consistent. As my sister said, I probably make more money on here. I haven't made a lot of money on either one platform, because guess what I'm doing? Still right here with y'all. Guess what I got to do in the morning? Get up and go to work. Guess what I'm doing after that? Going to class. Like you know what I mean? So it hasn't gotten to a space of quit your job, right? Like you can do this all day. You know, I started seeing Love After Lockup, and that baby, she on there, and she said she do content doing wigs. I haven't gotten to that place. Y'all won't even give me but 1 rose out of the 3. So I know I haven't gotten to a place of quit, right? So my community is Facebook. Instagram is a place where you can post some pictures and they will just live there. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you want to go and check out somebody's something, it'll just live there. It's not where I personally have grown community. It doesn't mean you can't grow community. It just means that me and myself, that hasn't been it for us. All right, checking in. We checking in from 1 to 5. 1 being I'm present, and that's all I have to offer. 5 being this is the most amazing moment. Where are you? Put it in the comments. 1 to 5, and at 9:38, I'm still checking in at a 2. Right? And 2 is not terrible. It's not awful. It's not ending. Right? What it is saying is that I'm just not in the best place, and at this place that I'm in, I have some capacity so I can do what I'm doing with you guys, and then after this, I'm probably gonna be disconnected, right? Because I just need that. But guess how I found out I needed that? Because I was able to do this, right? Check in with myself, check on myself, take care of myself, know what my capacity is in the moment, and move accordingly, right? And move accordingly, right? So probably if I was at a 0 or less than that, I don't know if I would have got on here. Right? I don't know what I would have been able to offer you in that space, right? But I know these things because I've learned over the past 3 years how to check on me. Did y'all hear me? I said over the past 3 years, not over the past 44 years, over the past 3 years. And it took me a while to even know what to do in each space, right? So to my 1s and 2s, I say, hey, I send comfort, I send virtual hugs, I send angels, right, to grant peace and understanding and rest to your mind and peace to your heart, and whatever is disturbing it in this season, I pray that God releases it. And if it's necessary, because sometimes the turmoil is necessary for next, right? It's necessary for you to get through. It's necessary for you to help somebody else, that you're strengthened enough to get through. I'm sending that prayer to you as I'm sending it to my own home, right? That in this season, as I'm enduring, as in this moment that may not be the best, that as I'm enduring, right, that I am strength enough to endure it, right? We continue to say, trust the processes, right? Like, trust the process. It's going to be fine. You're going to get through. And people say that to you while they're not enduring a damn thing. Right. And so to the people that in this moment you're enduring, as much as I encourage when I am not, I am saying to you and reminding myself that this moment is necessary for something that is coming. Right. I don't know if it's that it needs to build you some tough skin for something, a conversation you may have to have. It may be building you some strength for something that you may have to lift. It may be building you. I don't know what it's building us for, but I know that we do not endure without purpose. This is me helping me while you get to benefit. So I sat with some girlfriends today, and they were, as I was talking, and kind of like I got so frustrated emotionally. I feel like because I am usually the encourager, or I'm usually the one kind of giving, right? They was all like, "Yep, yeah." And then one of them asked me, because my question out loud, y'all ready? Because y'all know I love God, right? Y'all know this is a God space, right? I said, I just need to know why. And it was like, whoa, right? Like, and also then, one of my girlfriends, she was like, but I mean, even if you know the why, then what? Would it stop you from being in position that you are in? And I didn't really have no answer for her, but sometimes you just want to know the why, right? Sometimes you just gonna be frustrated. Not that it changes my belief. It just means that in this moment, I'm frustrated, right? Like, not that it changes where and I just want to understand, like, how come when it comes to this particular kid, why does stuff just gotta be this way? Right? Like, and I don't understand how to stand with them, because I don't even understand why they're enduring it, because it's not fair. This me. I'm the same person that's gonna pray with you at the end, because I'm probably gonna need to pray for me. Right? It's the same person I'm the same person. I need you to get that both of them exist at the same time. And it don't mean that I don't trust God no more than I did earlier this morning when I was praising and grateful. It just means that in this moment, I am frustrated and questioning. And so my way of still trusting him is to still pray. So we're going to pray at the end. Right? So if you want to stay to the end and you like, we're going to pray at the end, because I need to pray. Because I need the covering that you guys be thinking that y'all think y'all asking me to help y'all get to. Right? And I think because, what's funny is that I've been so grateful to God out loud for the past, 2 days in this space of this community that has been cultivated by consistency. The devil heard us. And they heard y'all kind of get a breakthrough, and they heard people, and they saw people taking notes to get better. And of course, he will come and try to stir up the thing that he know would keep me bound, but not this time. Right? Like, you can't have it this time. Right? Like, you don't get the joy. You won't take it all the way away. Right? Like, even as I feel like I am low, I still know God is. Whoo, Jesus, I don't know what I got notes here for y'all. I just need, as heavy as I am in this moment, and I want to scream, right? And I may, it just won't be on here because that's just rude to scream in y'all ear, but there is something that releases in your sound. I know it, but as I am enduring, I am still trusting God. I don't know what you may be enduring. I don't know what you may be going through. I don't know what your heavy space is. I don't know why you're doubting. I don't know why you're mad. I don't know why you're angered. I just need you to know that he still is. But even in this, he still is good. He still is good. I'm having a hard time. And in the moment, again, if you go back, if you really follow me and you go on Facebook and you go see me this morning, right? Like, I was on 10 in worship, in gratefulness, right? And I still worship, and I am still great. I am also questioning, and I'm also confused, and I am also heavy, and I still believe. So I want it, as crazy as it sounds, I need to say it so that the crazies out there, or to the people who don't know how we continue to show up, we show up crazy. We continue to show up crazy. And I'm just radical enough to believe that he has a plan for it. I just is not comfortable enduring it without understanding the end. So somebody's gonna say, like, Nikki, like, what you saying is you you got this guy, dude. You trust him with all of the things. You believe for all of the things, but you might still catch hell. You might. The weapons will probably form. It doesn't mean it will destroy me. This is me helping me. Y'all just getting a part of me helping me and letting you know that I also still do believe. But in this moment, I'm just not at my best. And that's actually okay. And I still believe. I'm frustrated. I'm angered. And I still believe. I believe that he has partnered with me in doing life. And I partnered back with him to do this life. Which means that in this, he is walking with me. So eventually, I won't end with this. I just got to continue to trust him in this walk and believe that his favor continues to rest on me no matter the situation. Even if the outcome is not the thing that I thought it should be, his favor is still guided and covering me in the situation. So welcome to the check-in community for those who are just joining. Come on in. We check in from 1 to 5, and it's about in the moment. So at 9:48 in the moment where you are, 1 is I'm present. That's all I have. 5 is this is the most amazing moment. And wherever you are, it's okay. Just put it in the comments. That's how you include yourself in this community. Like, how are you a part of the community? That you start checking in. That's the only ask and the only request, right? That you put in the comments where you are, 1 to 5. And currently I am at a 2. Slowly on my way, I feel it, like just feeling different because I'm being honest and I'm removing some stuff, but I'm at a 2. I'm at a 2 with capacity to help if I need be, right? So those who are checking in, 1 to 2, right? So I'm going to start with 4 to 5. So hey to my 4s, hey to my 5s. That's saying out loud. 1, congratulations, you're in a good place in this moment. Hold it, take it. It's going to be the thing that gets you through your 1 spaces, right? Like, because 1 space is going to come, right? You're not going to be in the best place, and you're going to be able to remember, right, that at some point I was at a 5, and I know that it won't always be like this. So I say to my 4s and 5s, hey, hold it, take it, use it, hold it tight. It's beneficial for the moment, right? And we just ask you to put it in the comments. So if you had a 4 or 5, meaning in this moment, it's one of the best moments and the best feelings you've had, that's a 5, right? So I say to you, like, check in, right? And so to my 4s and 5s, I get you to do 2 things. The first thing I do is I get you to sit in it, right? Because people assume that because you're at a 4 or at a 5, that you can handle and do and be present for them. Sometimes being even at a high place means that you still need to be still. So I'm giving you permission to do that if that's where you are. Because sometimes, for whatever reason, you think somebody got to tell you that it's okay for you to not want to do nothing else. And I'm saying to you, friend, it's actually okay that you do nothing. You not move. You just chilling it. Not worrying, not wondering. Because see, this is a capacity check. So we're really legit checking on your capacity. So at your 4 or your 5, you like, you know what? I'm good. But I also don't want to do nothing else. That's okay. And that's good, right? But if you got the capacity, I ask you to do 2 things. Right? The first thing is I ask you to check on somebody else. It could be the friend you haven't heard from. It could be the person in your cubicle beside you. It could be somebody on this live, right? You see the numbers. You see where people are. You could check on them in this space. But genuinely check on them. Nikki, what you mean genuinely? I mean that when you go to check on them, you got the time to hear what they say back. What tends to happen is that we call our girlfriend, hey girl, how you doing? And then we doing 30 other things. So first of all, we're not even listening when we ask. And then we're too busy to respond. So only check the way that you can check. So if you can't, go check on somebody else. right? The second thing I ask you to do, right, is teach somebody else how to check in. You may enjoy this thing that we're doing right here, right? Like the 1 to 5 number, to check in, which number like. You may enjoy that. And if that's what you enjoy, then I invite you to teach somebody else how to do that, right? If you like, Nikki, I don't really like that. I want to do colors. Like, how can I find a color, right, that people pick? So maybe you do light blue to dark blue, like where you at. But whatever you choose to do it. But teach people how to check in on themselves. This is a capacity check. Like, where are you in your capacity? Imagine if people really took the time to check on themselves inward before they reached outward, right? Because sometimes you probably shouldn't even reach outward, because the actuality is you don't have the capacity to do anything else. Checking on you is just enough. And sometimes for you, that's way too much. But you only know how to do that by doing what we're doing tonight, right? So for my 4s and 5s, y'all got your assignment, right? To my 1s and 2s, right? We're checking in 1 to 5, 1 being in this moment at 9:52 Eastern Standard Time. In this moment, I'm present, but that's all I have. 5 being, this is the most amazing moment. Put in the comments where you are, right? So we did our 4s and 5s. To my 1s and 2s, hey, that's where I fall tonight, right? I'm at a 2 in this moment, right? With capacity, because I've been doing this for a while. So with some capacity, all right? So 1s and 2s, I want to celebrate you for being bold enough to put this in the comments with people who may have been strangers to you yesterday, but are now part of your check-in community today, right? So 1s and 2s, I celebrate you for being bold. I celebrate you for acknowledging. I celebrate you for being truthful with you, right? So now it's time for you to be still. And there are 3 things that as a 1 or 2, I get you to do, right? So the first thing, after acknowledging, the first thing, and not in any order, let me be clear, not in any order, right? So activate your no in this moment, right? People take no to be super negative. It's always some type of eerie space that people find themselves in when they get to no, right? Or when they have to offer no, because it's so many negative things. But let me help you be better, friend. The no is not negative. The no is not to the person. The no is just to the ask, right? It doesn't mean that you don't care for them. It doesn't even mean that at 11:30 tonight you couldn't give them a yes. It's that in this moment, right? You don't have the capacity to do it. It doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you a bad person to them. It makes you a better person to you. And you deserve it. And you deserve the moment to take care of you, right? So the first thing is activate your no. The next thing is make some time that's intentionally yours. It doesn't require you to wait on anybody. It doesn't require you to take care of anybody. It doesn't require you to do that work. It requires you to be still or do whatever you need. For me, mine is going to be to go and scream. I already know it. It's already planned immediately after this. I'm going to scream. Because I feel like as much as I thought I talk with passion, I need to yell, and it may be a curse word, right? It might just be a curse word, right? But I need to go do it for me. It does not negate any of the things that I've talked about. And the other part is, if you thought it did, it ain't my business to take care of you either. Because the next moment is for me, right? Not for you. So that's what I'm talking about, intentional time. There was once upon a time, Danielle Gilbert. She's also a speaker and author, right? She spoke at one of my conferences, and one of the things she does, baby, I don't know how you're going to do this, is she went in and she takes 2 hours and she locks herself in her bathroom, right? And nobody is able to interrupt her in the bathroom. Nobody. She trained people how to respect her time, to include her children and her spouse. So I am saying to you, find the something that is necessary for you. Intentional time, right? So I'm going to go get me some intentional time, right? After this. The third thing, so the first thing for my ones and twos, this is ones and twos only, right? Activate your no. Take some intentional time, right? Activate your no, take some intentional time. And here go the last thing. You ready? This is the hardest thing because I have not done it yet. It's open your mouth. Well, I did it a little. Open your mouth. You got people, you got a circle, right? Like you call them friend, you show up for them, you got a spouse, you got people that you trust. Open your mouth and ask for the help because you don't get to 1 and 2 and not need nothing. I'm telling you right now, you do not get this low without needing something from somebody. Right? Like it's no way possible. So now you have to take all of the gumption that you got, all of that strength that you keep putting on, and you got to say to somebody, this is a rough moment for me because, or better yet, you got to say, this is a rough moment and I need. This is a rough moment and thank you for. Now, how you communicate that, figure it out between your community. So for my community, I'm probably going to have to send a text. For my community, I may need to do a voice note, right? Because sometimes I just need to regurge and be still. But you got to learn what you need for your capacity because you deserve to be able to speak to what you need when you're in a space of not being in the best space. Does it make sense? And I hope it helps. Right? But these are for my ones and twos. So those who are checking in, welcome to the check-in community. If this is your first time, you checking in the comments 1 to 5. 1 being, I am present and that's all I have. 5 being, this is the most amazing moment. And we're talking about moments, not days. So we just ask that when you come into the community, you check in. Right? I'm checking in at a 2, and that is where I am. I just want to thank Aaron out loud. I don't know what's happening on here. My sister is on this thing going crazy. But I did see something, and I just want to say thank you to Aaron. But anyways, checking in 1 to 2, right? 2 is where I'm at. We're checking in 1 to 5. Put it in the comments where you are. To those who have just joined the community, thank you. To those who was like, girl, I didn't even know I was joining a community. My God. Welcome. To those who didn't know you needed this community, welcome. Right? And we're going to continue to cultivate this space. So we did our check-in. To those who are checking in at a 3, hey. Those who've been here for a while, like Sade been here for a while, so she already know what I'm about to say. Right? So when you check in at a 3, I'm not negating that it might be a 3. But 3s are the people that walk past and you say, I'm okay, I'm fine, it's cool. It ain't good, it ain't bad, it's all right. Right? But they're also the people that at some point and sometime they just kind of sit still. And they kind of do that because they don't really want people to have to ask them anything beyond that I'm okay. So I challenge my 3s to do something. I just want you to sit for a second. And I want you to deep breathe in and blow out. And I get you to do that crazy enough 3 times. We're going to breathe in. It's something about letting that thing out, baby. Letting that breath out feel good. So let's do it one more time. You're going to breathe in. And you're going to blow out. And after you sit with that, after you sit in that space of relaxation, because it's something about that. I don't really know. I didn't study those things. But it's something about that breathing in and blowing out that becomes, right, like calming. And then it allows you for one moment to actually check on yourself, to pause and check on yourself, to take some time and make you the priority in this moment at 10 o'clock. In this moment at 10 o'clock, you are the priority. Nothing else matters. Not what you got to do at 10:01, not what you had to do at 9:59. Like right now, you matter. And as you really check in with yourself, like, are you really at a 3? If you are, I respect it, right? Like if after you do all of that, you really say, it's really, I just don't have it. This just really ain't it for me right now. Then I need you to be okay with saying, you know what? I'm not a 3, I'm a 2, or I'm a 1, right? If you do it and you like, you know what, girl, it's actually good, child. I just, But then somebody will ask you about the weather, then you say, you know what? Better, never mind. I'm at a 4. Baby, I'm actually at a 5. This is actually an amazing moment now that I think about it. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't stressed about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing. I don't got nothing. Then acknowledge it and then move according. If you say, no, nah, Nick, for real, this is just really where I'm at, right? I'm really at a 3. Then to my actual 3s, this is what I say to you. Be still. Because sometimes just being right there and smack dab in the middle can teeter totter. And I want you to enjoy if it's something that you're able to deal with, right? So I don't challenge you to do anything. So to those who are just joining and being a part of our check-in community, I want to say thank you, right? I'm gonna do our business happy hour, and then I'm gonna kind of tap into I'm gonna talk about the 4 speakers that were a part of the Mantle for the Marketplace because I believe they deserve to be celebrated. They were really, really dope. And then I'm gonna end for the night, right? So the business happy hour, I kind of just run through my like Instagram and I scroll, and any business owner that I see, whether I'm like they friend or they just kind of, I don't know how they got on there, or I followed them years ago because one of them I was like, oh wow, I don't even know what that business is. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 4 businesses, right? And I'm gonna do one nonprofit because baby, they working for me this evening. So the first one is Williams Wellness, right? And it's owned by Dr. Keisha Williams. And her focus is she's a holistic psychiatric nurse practitioner. But she is absolutely amazing and she caters to the LGBTQIA community. So if you're looking for safe space, right? Like if you're looking for something safe, on Instagram, you can go to at may.i.gemini. Again, at may.i.gemini. And you can go there and just get her contact information is there. I couldn't find something I could like put in here. And also I don't really know how to work anything to do everything. So I'm giving y'all their Instagram so you can go and get connected. Okay. The next business owner is Octavia Wright of the Wright Salon. Her Instagram, I said, Lord, this Instagram from back when, baby, we didn't know what Instagram was going to be. Her Instagram is at Tay, Tay, to the DA, Diva of Hair. She's an amazing hairstylist. If you remember me back when I had purple hair, blue hair, green hair, baby, that was Octavia. She was killing. And while I was changing my hair color, it was healthy the entire time. There's a cleaning company called Glean, Glean, RVA. They're on Instagram at Glean, RVA. If you're looking for employment, they're actually hiring for evening cleaners. I don't know if people need jobs, but if you do, they are hiring for jobs. And then the other business is Journal Audits. This is the accounting and tax services. And it is owned by Miss Delbridge, Miss Artencia Delbridge. She's one of my homegirls, but she is on that accounting and tax thing. So you can find her on Instagram at Journal Audits, at Journal AUDITS. And I'm going to shout out right now the Hines Foundation. It is actually a nonprofit. Their specialty is making sure these babies go to college and are successful and have access and be able to go for free if they can. She is doing some amazing things on TikTok. She is your favorite teacher. On Instagram, you can follow her at the Hines Foundation RBA, I think. She had 2 at one time because one was messed up. Sis, put the right one in the comments so I don't mess up. On Facebook, she is Medie Hines, Medie Hines. And she is my sister, and I love me some her. She is a high school teacher over at George Wythe, Richmond High School for the Arts. And the way she cultivates access to children who wouldn't have it had she not been there. Her life is forever going to be an amazing thing to me. The way we met, it's at Hines in RBA. The way we met, I'll never forget it. She had just had her first son, and she had 3 young girls who needed dresses for prom. And at the time, No More Excuses was in a building. And we had we had a dressing room for girls to come and get dresses. They could try them on. And it was all of the things before that became a fad, FYI, right? Like they were coming and she said, yeah, I need dresses. And the girls came in and they got the dresses. And then she started talking to me about this. First, her baby was turning 1 year old. That's how I knew her before the baby turned 1. And she said, yeah, my son turned 1. I mind you, I met her that day. She said, we're going to have a party and it's going to be, and she was about to spend, I don't know how much money she was going to spend on that baby birthday party. And I said, no, girl, you could just come and use my backyard. And she has been my sister ever since. How old is CJ, Lucy? He got to be about Nate. Michaela is 15. They got to be, I don't know. What that mean? 50 TikTok coins. I don't know what is happening. It is a bunch of stuff happening on TikTok. Y'all know I can't pay attention. Baby, it's been 10 years. The boy be 11 in April. It's got to be around the time we have been here. And she, in the past 10 years, have made sure, I don't know, probably over 50 kids. I know it's more than that. Maybe 60 kids get to school with a trunk full of all the supplies they will need. She has probably supplied over 10 laptops to students to make sure they have. She's probably paid for over, I know for sure, about 15 kids admission fees into school with her community. So if you're a parent looking for scholarships, and she's the person that told me that you could start filling out scholarships as early as first grade, I think. You don't believe me? Go follow her at Hines and RBA on Instagram. So how I got here, I'm going to hurry up and get off because I don't want to hold y'all up, right? I'm going to hurry up and get off here. So how did I get here? What are you doing? I was challenged to do 3 days in a row on TikTok for 30 minutes or more, right? And so this is my 3rd day. I am pushing forward. I have been consistent. I am proud of me. I did not even believe that I was going to do it. And then today, I won't forget this. She said, don't forget I'm ending in prayer. You right. Today is the 3rd day. And as much as I want to be on a high, it's just not the best moment, right? Like it just hasn't been the best moment. In this moment now, though, I feel like I'm moving forward because I'm doing the thing I do love. I love this space. I love doing this. I love being present in this space. But I was challenged to do it. I went to a conference called Mantle for the Marketplace, headed by the Merge Leadership, which was founded by Apostle Mike Hathaway and Prophetess Danielle Hathaway. And this was the weekend that we had this past weekend. And so I want to give you a little background on the 4 speakers who spoke on Saturday, who gave me a little fire. So Miss Juanica is also known as a Ladypreneur on Instagram. She's the owner of Ladypreneur.com. She has helped over 2,000 women in business make around $10,000 to $100,000 per month with digital products, community, and AI. So if you're a business owner, a woman business owner, you're looking to, hey, how do I take my business to the next thing? My recommendation is you go and follow her at Ladypreneur, LADYPRENEUR, because it's worth it. She gave some great tidbits. It was absolutely amazing, right? The next speaker was Jamal Miller. You can follow him on Instagram at Jamal Miller. He's a CEO, preacher, author, strategist, and his tagline for his business is "Your purpose is his business." Right? And so he really is a coach. The goal is to get you to your next, but also through the kingdom. The other speaker was Dr. Faith Wakoma. Her Instagram is Faith_Wakoma, WOKOMA_PSY.D. She has her doctorate in psychology. She is a strategist, a visionary, a master of the prophetic, a master trainer in psychology. And her tagline was to heal, align, lead with clarity and divine purpose. Again, that's Dr. Faith Wakoma. And then the last person was Vernetta Green. Baby, that lady was, if you want to do business and you got a couple dollars, you could flip this business. You could earn anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000 a month extra. Go check her out, Vanetta Green, at Millionaire Mindset Coach. She focuses on business credit funding. Business credit strategist, business funding strategist, credit grant. A certified grant writer, and personal credit recovery counseling. She does it all, baby, all in one space. Again, those are the 4 people who were at the conference. When you hear me talk about this conference again, I say be there. I say be there. To Apostle Mike Hathaway and Prophetess Danielle Hathaway, thank y'all for letting me say y'all name for the past 3 days, and y'all didn't charge me for it. To Miss Juanica, I'm a probably always shout her out because she joined my first live, and so I think that's a big deal. She believed in us. She didn't have to, and she did. It was, I fangirled a little bit. I even put a little video up of it because it was kind of like, oh my God, because she gave the challenge. And so for her to give the challenge and also say, you know what, let me see if they follow through with it. I think that was really, really dope. Yeah. So as I said, we're going to end in prayer. If there are any prayer requests, you can put them in the chat. I'm going to give you like a minute to put it in the chat. If there is something that you need prayer for, I'm going to pray. There is something about prayer that will change things. There is something about prayer that can change things. Oh, God, that's good. There is something about prayer that can change things. I'm going to give you a minute to put it in the chat. I don't really type that fast, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Because, baby, sometimes I be pointing. I don't really got the ASDF thing, right? There is something about prayer that can change things. And then be specific in your prayer. Be specific in your ask, right? Be specific in your ask. That's good. Be specific in your ask, right? If there is something that you have, I'm going to give you, I think you got 1 more minute. At 10:14, we'll pray. 10:14. That's good. I see you, sis. It sounds like we're praying for the same thing, sister. And it shall be. I'm going to hold the line. We got 1 more minute. 10:14, we'll pray. 10:14, we'll pray. Anybody put it in the comments? Put it in the comments. Anybody got a prayer? It's 10:14. Making sure I'm confirming all of the prayer requests. Yep. All right. If you're driving, please don't close your eyes, right? Wait, what? Your mom on hospice or your grandma on hospice? Either way, I got an attitude a little bit, but we'll talk about it later. Sister. Okay. 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 Oh, God, let us pray. Let us pray. Whew. Oh, gracious and almighty Father. All right. We come to you, we come to you humble, God. We come to you heavy sometimes. In this moment, we come in heavy. Although you already know that we heavy, although you already know we carrying, although you already know the things, God, we thank you for the peace that we know you offer. God, we thank you for the angels that you already have sent. God, we thank you for the peace that we know that you will already offer. God, but in this moment, the prayer of your children are, help me. It's not a bold prayer. It's not a whole lot to the ask, God, but it's all that we have in this moment is, God, can you just help me? Help me through the trying time. Help me through this heavy space. Help me to continue to endure the good, because some people are just not enduring anything. And for them, we just say thank you. Thank you because we know the space. Thank you because we understand it. Thank you because we know it comes back around. But in this moment, God, we just have a help me space. Help me emotionally carry. God, help me take off my shoulders what I know lays in your hands. God, show me the way. And I know some may say it may be easy, but God, I just really need to understand that you are close. I need to feel you. I need to know that I can leave it with you. God, and as I leave it, God, I trust you. Trust you in knowing that the response and the answer may not be the thing that I thought I wanted. That the response may not be what I expected. But God, we know that your answer is final. And your answer is the answer that's needed in the season. God, give us the strength in our mind and the capacity in our hearts to be able to endure what may feel hard. To endure what may not have been expected. God, keep us, cover us. We know that you're the God of our such and such, which means that whatever we bring forth to you shall have an answer. It may not be the answer that we expected, God, but be able to give us, comfort us in the space so that we know, even if that be the truth, if it be that, God, that you still have us wrapped in your arms because there's safety there, there's peace there. As my sister has requested, God, I ask that you continue a blanket of emotional support and sustainability around her. As unintentionally, she's been leader for her family. God, give her the strength to endure and the patience to understand that sitting and resting is also your measure. God, send an angel to remind her that even in this season, you are still more than enough. You're still the great healer. You're still the protector and provider. And although the healing may not be what we expected, it is absolutely your answer. Because your answer is final. And even in this, we trust you. Even in this, God, we trust you. Even in this, we trust you. And while I'm trusting you, God, continue to prepare her heart, her mind, and her body to endure what you have already prepared for her. God, to everyone who sees and is a part of this space, of this check-in community, God, I ask that you touch every home that has been scrolled through, tapped in, touched by this space. I ask that you send an angel by every home, cover and keep, that abundance and prosperity shows up. That as we enter this wintry mix in this side of the world, God, that you cover and keep peace here. That you make provisions for every family here. God, in this we say thank you. God, and I also say I count it all joy and already done, even if it hurts. Strengthen me even the more to continue to show up in space when I feel I am not worthy, when I feel I am not enough. God, I thank you for continuing to see me. Use me for such a time as this. I give your name the glory and the honor in every space. Because even in this, I trust you. Even in this, I trust you. Even in this, God, we trust you. It's in your name that we pray. Amen. Ooh, amen. Thank you for being present. My prayer is that in this, you know that God still is.